Hi, this is Paul Barman of Barman 939 of the Brigham Tea Company, and I've been laid up for about a month. I got to replace this knee right here, and so to keep from going nuts, because I'm an outside person. Well, let me go back. In October, we went to Charleston, South Carolina. And while we were there, I watched the basket weavers make baskets, and they're called sweetgrass baskets. And I got an idea of how to I guess you'd call it weave. Shed this coat, and so I've been doing it. This was my first project right here. I weaved this little basket, and it's out of palm fronds, and they use the sweetgrass, and then they wrap the palm frond around there real in wider gaps. Well, palm frond doesn't look nice when you're weaving it, so I wrapped each individual. I made this one, and then I made this one. I've actually made another one that I gave to a cousin, and then I made this mat here, and this mat is for my sister. She teaches at an Indian school, a Native American school in Washington, and they've invited her to sweats, and she goes to sweats quite often. And I've been reading up on sweats a little bit, and you shouldn't do a sweat if there's any kind of polyesters in the sweat wigwam. And so she said they set on carpet, and I said, well, you ought to try not to do that. So I made her this mat to sit down so she could sit on the carpet. Then I was bored, and I was watching it's a show called I Shouldn't Be Alive, and a guy got stranded down in Grand Canyon. He was rafting down through there, and he got dumped out of his raft in the middle of the Grand Canyon. He spent 7 days down there, and he couldn't walk out because he didn't have no shoes. And I thought, well, in 7 days I'd have figured out some way to make a pair of shoes. Now I know that Corey on Dual Survival, he goes around without shoes all the time, but the regular Joe, he don't go without shoes. Most people don't go without shoes. And if you get caught in a situation where you ain't got no shoes, you better be figuring out some way to make shoes, whether it's out of a tire or whatever. But so I made this flip-flop. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll bring it up close. And my granddaughter wears it. And I'm working on this is the right side, and I'm working on the left side right here. And I'll show you how to weave. So what you do is you take a palm frond like this, and you pull the individual fronds off like this, and I use six individual deals. Now on each side of the deal it's uneven, so I even them up and just get rid of that, and then I start pulling as long pieces off as I possibly can, and I usually get about 3 per frond, and I might get 4 out of this one. This is a nice broad, but I like to have 6 or 7 of these per section of weaving. And there's 4, and the very edge, like I said, has a funny little lip on it that looks ugly, and it's hard to maneuver while you're weaving. 5, 6. And then I simply take the ends that there's a dried end that's like dying, and I cut them off to the green part. So wherever it's green, and I just take my trusty Leatherman cut them off where it's green, and then I take it just, I'm already got this started, and I've already got the weave. I don't know if you can see it. There's a like an individual, it's kind of like lacing leather, and you just lay your new section in. So you've got literally now there's 12 of them, maybe 3 of one, and you just start wrapping it around, and you just keep wrapping, one wrap right after another. And then about every 3rd wrap you tie it into the row just before that. So you push it through, tie it to the row before that. Kind of like, it's like weaving.